Reading defenses and playing 46 seconds and really making plays for this football team, I think that's where I've made big improvements.
How much will a better understanding of the defense help you in this offense?
It helps because not only for myself to get open, but to help anybody else that needs to get open.
When you look back at spring last year where you guys are at, I mean, do you kind of just shake your head and just kind of – it's pretty impressive the leaps you guys have made in the last year as a receiving core, not just you personally, but as a group you guys have done.
Yeah, I think from last spring to this spring, we've made a big jump. And I think the way we're working and the way we're taking this thing serious, it's all going well, and we're just looking forward to the season.
Is it a matter of just getting comfortable with the plays and what Urban Meyer wants, or is it just been more of each man is taking it upon themselves to improve? I mean, what would you say is the difference and why you guys were able to make that leap?
I think everybody, just said, it's time to get better. It's no point. We got great resources. We got great coaches. He set up the chase area down there and got everything. We got all the tools that we need to get better, and we're just taking advantage of it.
What have you? Oh, go ahead, Bill.
What's your latest time in the 40? Did you run it recently?
No, I haven't ran it in a while, but last time we ran it was like 4.32, something like that. Yeah.
So you've got everything that it takes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, do you feel like now is the time to put it all together?
Yeah. Just I wanted to be last year. I wanted to be, that guy everybody talked about. But unfortunately, it didn't work that way, and I'm working to change that.
It seems like last year you showed glimpses, Philly showed glimpses, Chris showed glimpses. I mean, do you feel like this is the year maybe that you guys make that leap to be that receiving core you guys want to be?
Yeah, just from this spring, we've gone 10 practices so far, and everyone has made a play. With last year, it was every now and then we was making a play. Every day in practice we've made a play and propelled this offense and helped this offense.
Is it a confidence thing? I mean, do you think you guys are a more confident group now?
Yeah, I think it's really has helped us with confidence. We all know how good we can be, and I think now that we're taking it way more serious than what we did last year, just to get better.
How much is it that Braxton's getting better as well, that you guys are communicating, that he's gone to these passing camps and maybe learned a new technique, you guys have stepped up your game? How much is that on Braxton as well?
I think it helps us because when he knows what he's doing and he tells us what he wants us to do, we just go out and just rock.
Have you set goals? Like, do you set, I want to catch X amount of balls, I want to average this amount of yards? I mean, do you do that now, or is it just something that it doesn't really matter?
I've always done that with every sport that I've ever played as a little kid. I've always set goals for myself, short and long. And, for this year, I just want to have one of those years where everybody remembers. I've spoke with DeVere Posey a few times. He was always an idol for me. He was part of the big reason why I came here, and he told me to just keep working, and that's motivation in myself that he's spread the word for me.
It's kind of a two-way street. The more coach has confidence in you guys, the more he's going to rip the can off that playbook and allow you guys to do more of what you're good at. I mean, you got the speed. Do you feel like that playbook's starting to open up a little more for you guys this year?
Yeah, it's helped us a lot. Now he has confidence in us and believes in us making plays. So I think that right there has helped us.
Philly Brown has to be the worst wide receiver you guys have. How do you pick him up? How do you just say?
How much better are you than him? Let's be honest.
Oh, that's my dog, man. But I'm faster than him. But he's my dog, man. I
no,
love
he's
him
not.
to death.
I mean, just from watching that, the mood of you guys as a group this year has ultimately changed. I mean, talk about that leap you guys have made and just how much more comfortable as a receiving core you guys are this year.
I mean, because we're more comfortable with the offense, we got the comfort level down, so we feel like we could just go out there and play, have to not worry about anything. And then when you got guys like him and then out on the field with you, I mean, sometimes I can't even take the game serious. He's joking around during the games and doing what he does, or even at practice. So, I mean, I just feel like we're more comfortable as a whole. So we feel like we can just go out there and play and not have all the stress on our shoulders about being a clown show and a big circus coming to town. So I feel like we're just comfortable. That's why.
You feel loose. I mean, you guys look loose. You don't look like you're worried about dropping a ball. I mean, is that translate onto the field?
Yeah, we're confident. I mean, right now we're confident. We feel like we worked hard enough in this little break that we had between the season and spring, and we go out on the field, we play with confidence. You can tell as a group. I mean, a lot of those guys are walking around with a little step to them and they're making catches that they wouldn't have made last year. So I mean, the more plays you make, the more confidence you get. And I feel like as a group that our confidence level right now is really high.
Is it just experience of having that year under your belt?
Yeah.
All of you back together, or is there something that maybe happened between maybe last spring and this spring that the switch got flipped and you guys just kind of, oh, okay, it's not as hard as we probably made it out to be?
For sure, it was that year. You know, getting a new offense, learning new concepts. I mean, you can't play the game unless you're comfortable with what you're doing and why you're doing it. You know what I mean? And I feel like having that year under us and getting this offseason to work on what we knew that we needed to work on, and really helped us out with coming into this spring, knowing what we got to work on. I mean, we all know we work on our hands, our techniques. Last year we didn't know what routes we were running. We didn't know what we were doing. So now that we knew what we had to work on, now that's why I feel like that we're all playing faster and playing more comfortable.
Coach Byron was very quick to point the finger last year. These guys aren't doing the job. We're not happy with where they're at. Monday he said it's night and day from where you guys were a year ago to now. He goes, last year I couldn't even tell you half their names because they couldn't do anything. This year, completely different story. How good is it to know that he's on your side now, that he is happy with the improvements you're making, that as Devin, he's opened the playbook a little bit more, allowing you guys to do more of what you're good at? I mean,
yeah, it's always good to have the head guy on your side. Obviously, he makes the final decision. I mean, we don't want to be out there blocking 100 times a game. So, I mean, when you got somebody like Coach Meyer on your side where he can open the playbook up and kind of guide Coach Herman to call this play and call that play, it's always good to be called on in the situation where we're needed.
The entire core is basically back. I mean, the sky really, truly is the limit for you guys this year. I mean, you guys were able to, like I told Devin, you showed glimpses last year. He showed glimpses. Chris showed glimpses. This could be the year you put it all together, all you guys, and this could be a special receiving core.
Yeah, we're going to be the best receiver core in the Big Ten. That's a fact. I mean, if we do what we need to do and this offense does what we need to do, we'll be the best receiving core in the Big Ten and we'll have the best offense in the country. And there's no doubt about it.
How much is it that Braxton's coming on, that he's gone to these passing camps, that he's working with you guys, that he's maturing?
Passing camps?
Passing
You go to passing camps?
Guys, we need to start wrapping up.
Nah, he's definitely grown as a man on and off the field. I mean, Braxton's more vocal. He's being more of a leader, and you could tell by his football smart has gone up 3,000 levels. I mean, last year I don't think he could have told you what covers, and this year, I mean, Braxton's probably top 2, 3 smartest football players on the entire team. So I mean, him having this offseason to study and get better as a football player, I mean, has really helped him.
You guys in the huddle now saying, "Put the ball in my hands." I mean, is that something maybe you didn't do?
We don't
as much
huddle.
Last
You know
year?
what? We
well,
don't huddle.
when you're like, you look at it, you're like, I want the ball. I mean, do you guys feel like you want the ball in your hands as a group this year, maybe more than maybe you thought last year?
Definitely. I mean, you can see even the young guys are out there. I mean, when we have a third down emphasis day like we had today, and I mean, when we run the ball, you could tell the demeanor of some of the guys, the wideouts, like we should have got that ball and we should have did this. And then, I mean, when they throw the ball to us, for the most part, we make the plays when it comes to us.
The Dynavision in there.
Last
you use it
question,
much?
scoring.
Come on, man, I'm the best. The Dynavision, the little vision thing? Yeah, I'm the best.
Durant has the best score.
He has the best score for now. But
How big of a competition is it for you guys in there?
It's going to turn into one. I mean, I don't think everybody knows about it yet, but I mean, I think everything we do as a team is competition. I mean, this is such a competitive team, so I mean, we could play tic-tac-toe. It's going to be competition. So I mean, I'm gonna get in there in probably a couple minutes. I'm gonna beat them.
Last thing that happened, really, we drove away and they were both laying on the sidewalk, and one of them's got a fractured face and he's in the hospital, and his parents are pressing charges, and they found out that it's us. And they found out it was me, and the cops are coming to the Woody in a few hours to come arrest me at the Woody. And Coach Stamp was like, "Yeah, I think we should just hide them, and we won't, and then like we'll just let it go for a little bit and see what happens." And he was just losing it, and then finally I was like, "It gets worse," and I thought he was gonna have a heart attack. And I was like, it's April Fool's. So
the only one you didn't tell was Coach Hinton?
Yeah, he didn't know until I told him April Fool's. But Coach Mick and Coach Stamp knew. They were the ones that came up with it, so it would be way more realistic.
He didn't even come up with the idea.
Yeah, Coach Mick. Yeah,
But the execution was good.
Yeah, the execution was good, and especially having Coach Mick and Coach Stamp, two reliable people. It went through well. So
What's the retribution been like? The execution was good. Obviously, as he said, you didn't play in the scrimmage the other day.
He's not going to play me.
Yeah.
No, I mean it was all fun, and he was so happy afterwards. So happy. He couldn't even be back because he was so happy that it wasn't true. So, but it was fun.
Can you define losing it
for us? You said he lost it. What was he doing?
Just head in his hands, like turning just bright red. Like he's got on his phone. I don't know who he's just going. He was like, "Oh my God, what do we do?" All this stuff. So it was good.
Jeff, one of the days we got to see you caught a pass. It was like an 80-yard touchdown. It was a 2-minute drill, and the one where they're trying to run a play.
Well, that happens every day. I don't know what day that was.
But is that the kind of play, a kind of game-breaking type play that you're hoping to add this year to bring to your repertoire?
I mean, yeah, definitely. Anytime you can impact a game or anything like that. But yeah, it was just a 2-minute offense, and I was man-to-man on David Perkins, and just got over top of him and caught the ball, and he fell and ended up breaking it. Some coaches said we're getting caught by CJ, but no way.
No, they were blowing it dead, and you weren't stopping.
Right, I was getting to the end zone. I turned around to celebrate. Where's everyone at?
Run the next play.
Right. It took me 4 plays to get all the way back. But
now, Coach Hinton says that you guys got to get the confidence of Braxton to get the football. Do you guys feel you're earning that? Feel like you're making that
definitely.
stride?
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, there's a lot of guys that can play, and he's got a lot of choices to throw to. And I mean, yeah, definitely. Like last year, we didn't get the ball as much, but I mean, this year in the spring, we've definitely been improving that, and I think we are.
Are there more options to get the ball to you guys than there were at this time a year ago, do you think? Is that part of it, or is it just
I think it's a lot. I think everyone understands everything a lot better. The route concepts, what you're supposed to do, the coverages, what you do against different coverages. Last year, we were just trying to line up and get in the right formation, And this year, I think we're able to execute it a lot more rather than just trying to figure out what we're even supposed to do. It's like Coach Meyer always says, you got like your 100, 200 level classes. That's kind of where we're at last year. And now we're, 300, 400, 500 level, getting everything, the real deep stuff. So.
How are you and Nick kind of splitting up the reps?
Well, we're good. I mean, it's like I said earlier, there's no team that can just run with one tight end. It's too hard of a position to just play one tight end the whole game. So it's been.
1 and 1A or both 1As or no one knows?
I don't know. Right. But.
What's realistic for the number of catches you think in this offense?
I have no idea. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into that. I mean, I just go out and do my job, do what the coaches tell me, and keep my mouth shut and go from there. So. Oh yeah, you're right. Sometimes I don't. Do you remember my first interview when I dropped said the A word? Look, you remember that?
Yeah, when we were in the room inside.
Yeah, freshman interview.
Freshman day.
Yep.
Yeah, we remember you. Yeah, that freshman.
Yep. So.
I think they can handle A. I mean, that can get on the air.
But I said we were going to kick some ass this year.
Well, what's it like? I mean, obviously, obviously, you were a guy who came in, with confidence in the team and in yourself.
Right.
What's it like when obviously your role is going to expand now? You're going to have more chances now that you said Jake is gone, and
right.
You must be excited to know that you're going to be able to contribute to this team even more.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm just excited about being more of an every down tight end rather than last year. 3rd and long, 3rd and 7. Jake's in running routes and. That's the big thing we've been working on this spring, and it's just being the every down tight end. And Coach Hinton and Coach Meyer and everyone, Coach Herman, they've been doing great with that and getting me ready for that. So I'm excited about that.
How do you think your game complements Nick's game, and vice versa?
They work good together, and we both do things really well, and we always have things we need to improve on, but. Together, I think we'll be. I think we'll some of the best tight ends in the country. So
it's not like one use the blocking tight end and one use the receiving tight end, right? You're both fairly similar.
Right, and yeah, exactly, and that's what's good. Running 2 tight end sets, like you don't want to have one that just does this and one just does that. It's just, you can't really play like that, So both of us being able to do everything is actually it benefits everyone. So.